This video is an apology, and it's not a fake apology. Nobody told me to do this. If anything, people told me not to do this, or like, Shane, don't talk about this. It's just going to raise more attention to it. It's just going to, but I want to raise attention to it because I want to turn this around into a learning experience.
Those apologies suck. I don't know who that person is anymore. Every apology video I've ever made has been from fear. It's me sitting at home thinking the whole world hates me and crying and hyperventilating and then just turning on a webcam and just saying I'm sorry and then hoping people know I'm a good person and then it'll go away. And that is stupid. That is something that a child does.
Times were swallowed up in space, so we're a million miles away. There's things.
Apologies on YouTube have become commonplace now. From taking accountability to so sorry to a long overdue apology. It seems that every influential YouTuber will go through some controversy during their time in the spotlight. Some more than others, but something always seemed off. Many people believe it is our job to hold these people accountable, but we never do. We cancel these individuals just to not care a few weeks later. I want to take a deep dive into the lies behind these fake apologies and how this affects how we view YouTubers and their content. James Charles would host a YouTube original show called Instant Influencer. In one of the episodes, the contestants would film an apology video about a minor scandal they received. This got me thinking, is there a consensus from YouTubers that they're going to have to make an apology video during their lifetime? And if so, why? All the contestants would film their fake apologies, but I felt like this episode exposed a lot about being an influencer. When being an influencer, you want to attract the biggest audience. You want to continue to grow, and if you're not growing, you're dying. And if you're dying, millions of people are going to make videos about you dying, and the rabbit hole you are falling down will continue and continue to get deeper. You want people to idolize you and put you on a pedestal, but being put on this pedestal comes with consequences. You are held to a standard that no human can reach. Perfection. This comes up a lot when it comes to celebrities. They're put on a pedestal and are expected to be perfect. But with YouTubers, I think it gets worse. YouTubers expose their everyday life to their fans. Their supporters know so much about these individuals, it's kinda scary. This creates a parasocial relationship that's unhealthy. These parasocial relationships create almost a best friend relationship. But the thing is, the best friend doesn't know you. You're a statistic to them. Some YouTubers are sincere, but remember, a lot of YouTubers and streamers start content creation for the monetary value.
Oh my god, I beat my meat to you.
You give them donations, you watch all their videos, you even buy the products they put out because their name is attached to it. So what does this mean when it comes to apologies? Well, it means that you are more likely to forgive and forget about the scandalous things your favorite content creator did. After years of entertainment and content and interaction, you're not going to let this one controversy stop you from watching, which these YouTubers understand. They understand that they have their audience wrapped around their fingers, and even if some of the string does come off, in due time you will come crawling back, urging for the content you have consumed for years. Remember James Charles, the host of that influencer show I talked about earlier? He would not host the second season of the show. Why, you might ask? Well, that's because he was busy getting canceled.
We are talking about James Charles. Guys, this is the worst apology ever.
An alleged 16-year-old boy has come out and shared his experience with James Charles sending him text messages and pictures and just really inappropriate stuff over Snapchat.
If you want to talk about someone who should be in jail, someone who should be on a list, 11th underage boy comes forward. Boy is 16 and appears to have exchanged photos with James.
James Charles was being called out for talking and messing with minors. But remember, this has happened before. So not only is James Charles demonetized, but he is a repeat offender. Now, if this was anyone else, the situation would be totally different. We would be calling Chris Hansen and talking about canceling James Charles forever. But somehow, someway, James Charles has slithered his way out of this controversy and continues to post on his channel. But how? Let's start off with the apology. YouTubers do not just come up with apologies on their own. Usually they have a PR team. The purpose of a PR team is to handle your reputation, which in James Charles's case was being diminished. His first apology, well, not his first apology, but his first apology for the situation would end up being deleted. You would think that with a sincere and genuine apology, you would want to keep it up, but the problem is, it wasn't. See, many of these YouTubers who apologize only apologize because they got called out for it. They usually are more concerned with their image than truly trying to make things right. If everyone swept it under the rug, they would too. Which is why most, if not all, apology videos seem so ingenuine. James Charles would even bring this up himself. He would address some of the questions with the whole situation. James Charles would even discuss about how his old apology felt scripted.
When I posted my last video, one of the biggest pieces of feedback that I got was that it felt really, really ingenuine and scripted. And that really, really sucks because that video was not scripted, but I am really bad at just sitting down in front of a camera and talking. So by the time that I, got the sentence out that I was imagining in my head after 8 different tries, it almost did become a script.
You might remember these words from another YouTuber. No? Well, let me remind you. David Dobrik, a big-time vlogging YouTuber, would be in some controversy that, again, was against the law. David Dobrik and his friends Dirty Dom were accused of some pretty serious stuff, and the big problem is that they knew they were. And at the end of the now deleted vlog, they would say this.
Dom just had a threesome, and I think we're all going to jail.
So clearly, David Dobrik and friends knew something they did was illegal and wrong, but still continued to post the video anyway. There's a lot of stuff David Dobrik was getting caught out for, like the Jeff Wittick situation and the Seth situation where they pranked him into kissing a guy. They of course would get caught out for it, and here comes the apology. Well, that was the second apology, because similarly to a few YouTubers we talked about, and we'll talk about later, the first apology was terrible. Hiding likes, disabling comments, and not really addressing anything that needed to be addressed. This felt like David Dobrik's initial response, try to hinder the voices and the opinions of others, and kind of try to sweep it under the rug. But of course, this apology would be bad for his image. He would continue to lose subs at a rapid rate, and all of his sponsors started to drop him. Guess we gotta fix this somehow. Another apology video. Of course, a lot of people saw a bunch of flaws with the apology, but of course, his fans were there to comfort him and forgive him even though it's not their apology to accept. David Dobrik would take a short break and continue to post as if nothing happened. A lot of the time they are done as a PR move and are done to improve the image of the individual and not necessarily the situation. A lot of fake emotion, fake sincerity, fake authenticity, and fake crying. Kind of like this YouTuber who tried to fake cry but ended up making a fool of herself.
In this video, it's been so hard. So much possible. So hard. It's probably the hardest things I've ever done.
Listen, bro.
Laura Lee Laura Lee is a beauty and lifestyle YouTuber who got into some controversy over some controversial old tweets. She would create an apology for those old tweets, and everyone could tell it was fake and ingenuine. She tried to cry and it didn't really work. Also, there are some very obvious fake cuts too. It was really bad and definitely didn't help her image in the slightest. Of course, just like other YouTubers we have discussed, she releases a second apology. Kinda like an apology for an apology. It seemed more genuine than the first apology, but the damage had already been done. It makes you wonder what other apologies were done only to improve the status of their image. Because no YouTuber that has been cancelled and released an apology stopped posting, right? Shane Dawson, a comedy skit YouTuber, now documentary YouTuber, had been in a lot of controversy a while back, from racist jokes
Bitch monkey woman, you're the best!
to the whole Tati drama. Everyone thought Shane Dawson was going to be the first YouTuber to be canceled forever. Well, that backfired, like hard. But if you remember from the beginning, I showed you two clips, one of Shane Dawson's old apology and one of his new one. In the old apology, he discussed how the apology was a real apology and that he was genuine. Then, in his most recent apology, he said that all his other apologies were fake. It seems as if YouTubers want you to think the apology was sincere, but in reality, it's probably fake. I do want to make the point that I know and understand that people can change. A great example is Logan Paul. Logan Paul started off as this douchebaggy YouTuber and that many people didn't like. But now, Logan Paul is actually a well-respected content creator who made some mistakes in the past and now learned from it. There are definitely situations where YouTubers change, but something always seemed off with apology videos, especially with the ones I showed in this video. It feels like an unbreakable cycle where a YouTuber gets caught in the content they are making to then get called out and forgiven the next week. It feels as if there's this facade that YouTubers put on, but I guess we'll never truly know until they get exposed again. Thank you.